open the door. Why won't you let me talk to you in person?
Absolutely not. I don't want to talk to you. Just seeing your smarmy little face makes me fly into a rage. You better leave before I call the police.
What? What did I do?
Maybe if you paid more attention to things, you'd know what you did. Or rather, didn't do. Maybe you should just sit out in the cold and think about how you've mistreated this family.
How have I mistreated anyone? Please just let me in so we can talk about this.
Why should I let you in? All you do is cause trouble.
I just don't get it. The four of us have been living together for a year now without any problems. What's different? What changed?
How have you not noticed? Or are you really just that oblivious?
How can I notice something if I don't know what you're talking about?
Did you really not see how frustrated I've been? How frustrated Connor has been? He comes home every day to see the house dirtier than it was when he left. All you do is laze around all day with that job of yours. You just sit in that office and stare at that screen for 10 hours and get nothing done. Meanwhile, he works day in and day out and you do nothing. If you're going to be home all day, you should at least do something around the house.
I've been trying my best to do housework when I can find the time during the day, but work just keeps getting busier and busier. I'm in meetings from 8 until 6, if not longer.
Like I believe that. I've seen you in there. All you do is watch videos and talk at the screen.
That's my job. I work in the marketing department. I have to approve video content for our ads.
Pfft, that sounds so easy. You really call that work? There's no way your little work-from-home job can keep you that busy. You can't be working anywhere as much as my dear little Connor is.
I really am that busy. I thought you might be at least a little sympathetic. Even if you never really did show it.
Why would I be sympathetic? You don't even have to leave the house. While poor Connor sits in traffic for 2 hours every day just to get home to a pigsty. You have all this extra time where you don't have to commute that you could be using on housework.
I try my best to keep up with what I can in the mornings and at night, but it's never enough. I even manage to cook most nights. But I'm even busier than I was before now that I'm working at home. At least in the office, I was able to take a break every once in a while. But now I'm booked solid every day. Maybe if Connor and I actually divided the work up a bit, it might get done more quickly. I didn't mean for it to get so out of hand, and I'm sorry if it's bothering you. It's not like I don't want the house to be cleaner. I'm trying my best, but it's hard to manage it all on my own. I'm not really sure why you're the one angry at me, though.
I'm angry on my son's behalf. You really should put him first instead of your own selfish desires.
Selfish? How am I selfish?
Connor is working his fingers to the bone every day, and he comes home to a mess because his useless wife won't bother to lift a finger.
If that's what you think, maybe you could contribute yourself and help pitch in on some of the housework? I know you have that bad knee of yours, but you could at least do a few things. Laundry, or maybe some of the cooking, for example.
What are you even going on about? It's your job as the woman of the house to do these things. Stop complaining and do your job.
I'm already doing everything I can.
You really don't know your place, do you? My son is too nice to complain to you, but I'm not. Connor does everything for your family, and you do nothing at all. He doesn't have the time or energy to do what you should already be doing.
I'm working too. It's only fair that the both of us split up the housework. And anyway, why are you getting involved? This is between the two of us.
He's my son. I should be able to have a say in what happens to him. And why are you even complaining? This is what you signed up for when you married him. You shouldn't even be working in the first place. Your place is in the home doing housework.
Shouldn't I be the one to decide that? Or at the very least, Connor and I.
Connor doesn't understand. He's just a child. He doesn't know what it's really like to be a responsible adult. And clearly, neither do you. I need to show you both how you should be acting. Don't come back until you've had a long think about what you should do. Maybe after that, I'll let you in.
I see what's going on here. You're trying to get us to divorce, aren't you? I thought I saw a strange envelope in the mail the other day, but Connor took it before I could look at it. It looked official, like it was from lawyers.
I guess you found me out. Well, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Those were from my attorney. I had him draw them up just in case it came to this.
Yeah, you definitely have no shame.
And Connor has already signed them too.
Under duress, I suspect.
If you mean he did so at my request, he did.
You pressured him. I'm sure of it.
Well, what's done is done. The ink can't be erased now, but the option is there if you want to take it. If you ask me, I think you should. Maybe add that to your list of things to ponder.
If we're getting divorced, it's not because you told me to.
I can't force you to sign, but I'd be glad to leave you alone and let you do as you please if you two just end this farce now. If you're really not interested in doing housework, then there's no point in you staying together. I'll find Connor someone who actually cares enough to do it.
Connor, honey, what's happening with your mom? She's telling me she drew up divorce papers for us, and she's not letting me in to talk to her.
What? She is?
Yeah, and she's trying to convince me to sign the divorce papers. She said you already did.
Oh, I mean, she asked me to sign something recently, but I didn't realize that they were divorce papers.
Really?
She said they were for my own protection. I guess I should have read them more closely.
Well, okay.
You aren't going to divorce me, are you?
I mean, no, but your mom wants me to. She told me to think about it. She's mad about me not doing the housework and said she didn't want you helping me with it, even though I'm working a ton myself.
Ugh. I guess I did say some stuff to her offhandedly about the housework not getting done. But it wasn't supposed to be a dig against you or anything. I can't believe she'd say anything to you about it.
Well, that makes me feel a bit better, I guess. Would you be willing to talk to her? Maybe you'll be able to talk her down a bit? She's basically locked me out of the house, so I've had to take a bunch of meetings from a coffee shop with just my phone.
I'm so sorry, Tori. But if you were the one who made her mad, you might need to be the one who apologizes.
Really?
She really just doesn't listen to me anyway. And, well, maybe you should just tell her that you'll do the housework. And maybe that I shouldn't have to do any of it.
Wait, what? I thought you said we were going to do it together.
I mean, it's just... Maybe it's not such a bad idea. I've actually been thinking about this for a while. It would really be a big help if you could just do it. I've been so tired from work lately, and I don't know if I could manage cleaning or whatever on top of that. If you just got it done, it'd be a big weight off my shoulders.
This isn't what we agreed to. There's no way I can manage it either.
Why not? If you're working from home, wouldn't it be a lot easier for you to do it while you're there? You can do it whenever you want. If I was working from home, I'd be taking long lunches and having a nap in the middle of the day. I'm sure you can find the time. That way, we won't have to bother splitting up.
Come on, Connor. Be reasonable.
I'm trying to be. I've been thinking about this since Mom and Dad moved in. Now that it's 4 of us, there's a lot more to do. It might just be easier for you to quit and take care of the house instead. After all, that's what my mom did. She would bring him coffee and cook and clean and everything, and she never seemed to mind. It worked out really well for them.
Maybe it worked for them, but it doesn't mean it will for us. I'm not your mother. I shouldn't have to be like her either.
I'm not saying that. Just maybe we should try something different. My father always seemed happy when Mom was taking care of him. So maybe you could take care of all that stuff for me so I don't have to worry about it.
I can't believe this.
Maybe Mom is right. Take some time to think about it. Go down to the cafe and have some coffee and maybe you'll feel differently. And then you can apologize to Mom and we can put this all behind us. Have you had a chance to reconsider? Once you've had enough time, get home as soon as you can. If you don't start dinner soon, it won't be ready by the time Connor comes home. Maybe you could make some stew since it's getting chilly.
I don't think I will.
Excuse me. What did you just say to me?
I've been thinking like you asked, and I've come to a conclusion.
And what's that?
Why should I work and do all the housework myself? Why can't Connor pitch in and do at least a little bit of it?
You spent all that time thinking about what you did wrong, and this is what you came up with? Maybe you need a little more time.
No, I'm done thinking. There's no reason why Connor can't help out around the house. Just about every couple I know has both of them help with the housework. I know it's not how you were with your husband, but it's the 21st century. I have a job and I need to do it, and it doesn't leave me with enough time to cook and clean and all that too.
I can't believe you, you petulant little whiner. The nerve of you to speak to me like this, and to abandon your husband and your in-laws in favor of some little useless job.
You're just angry because I'm standing up to you. And anyway, this is my decision to make. Now that you're living in my house, I'm the one who gets to decide these things, not you. We'll be doing it my way. And there are 4 of us living together now. Maybe we should all 4 chip in. I know there's only so much you can do with your bad knee, but you can still fold clothes or polish silverware or even maybe help with the cooking.
What are you talking about? I shouldn't have to manage your household for you.
Then if that won't work, I'll just hire a housekeeper. Between the 4 of us, it shouldn't be terribly expensive.
I can't believe you'd even consider that, you lazy good-for-nothing. Paying for a housekeeper? What a waste of money when you could just do it for free.
So my time and labor are worthless then?
Not worth enough, at least. But even then, you should be doing it for free, out of love for your husband. When you got married, you agreed to be part of a couple, and that involves doing housework. It's just how the world works. You should be happy he even bothered to marry you.
This is so insulting. Why am I even putting up with this?
Why don't you just make it easy on all of us, Victoria? If you get divorced, this will all go away. I'll find Connor someone more suitable, and you can do whatever feminist nonsense you feel like. Maybe you should go think on it a little more.
Why are you being so cruel about this? How can you just break up your own son's marriage so casually? I can't even begin to imagine what's going on inside your head.
I can see why Connor picked you. You're just as petulant as he was as a child. And you're as weak-willed as he is, too. You have this job at home where you have to do barely anything and you can't even bother to fulfill your obligations as a wife. While Connor has a proper job where he actually does something meaningful. Your home and your marriage should be your highest priority, and yet all you do is ignore them both. All of this talk about splitting the work. It's disrespectful. To me and my son. You should apologize and start pulling your weight.
Who are you to be telling me what I should do?
I'm your mother-in-law. At the very least, you should show me some respect. If you had any respect for me at all, you'd end this now and leave.
Well, if that's what you want, you've got it. I've already signed the divorce papers and submitted them for filing.
You did?
They should be processed by the court soon. It should all be wrapped up in no time at all.
Wait a second, Victoria.
Once everything is finalized, you should be receiving a copy soon. Actually, you know what? I really should be thanking you for the suggestion to get divorced. I think this is probably best for everyone.
What is this?
I'll be going to stay with my parents for a little while I sort out my finances. Someone will be by to collect my things tomorrow morning. I'd appreciate it if you leave them where they are for the time being.
Wait just a minute. Did you really sign the papers? Are you really divorcing my son?
I sure am. Everything should be formalized tomorrow.
What are you thinking? I can't believe you'd do this. Do you understand what you've just done?
Of course I do. This was all getting to be way too unmanageable, with all these demands and your guys' unreasonable expectations. No matter what I said or did, it didn't seem to change anything. So I thought I'd get while the getting's good. I was never going to be happy as a full-time homemaker, and there was no way I could work and do all the housework on my own either. And living with the 3 of you in that cramped house just didn't seem too appealing either. I thought it might be time for a change. I thought I might strike out on my own for once.
You horrid little brat. I should have known you couldn't handle this. I told him before you got married that it was a mistake, but he wouldn't listen. I tried to find him a girl that would be a good and dutiful wife, but he insisted on marrying you instead. And I was right all along. This is what he gets for marrying someone who wastes all their time with a piddly little job like yours.
My job isn't piddly. I make way more than Connor ever did.
What? How?
I am a marketing manager. I make $220,000 a year.
You do?
Did Connor never say anything? I changed jobs last year, and it was a big bump in pay. That's how I ended up working at home. The company I work for now is 100% remote. I actually rather liked going into the office, but I decided I wouldn't mind working from home.
You must be lying. Connor would have told me.
I guess he never did. Maybe he was embarrassed that I was making so much more?
But Connor works so much. And with that awful commute. Why would he put up with it if you're making so much money? It's such a waste.
I couldn't really tell you. Maybe you should ask him. I told him he could quit or even find something else, but he insisted on staying where he was. But now that we're divorced, it's probably a good thing he's got that work ethic. He'll need it if he wants to keep living the way we were.
What? Do you think he can't afford this house?
I'm not sure. Maybe he can figure it out. It might be tough, though, especially with an old lady like you clinging to him.
How dare you? Calling me an old lady. How rude.
Oh, I apologize. It must be my petulant streak again. Anyway, thanks for everything. It's been a blast, really. I hope it all works out for you.
Hey, Tori. Is it true? Did you really sign the divorce papers? Mom just called me in a panic. She's wrong, isn't she?
No, she's right. I signed them and submitted them to the court. Your signatures were already on there and you never did bother to get rid of them, so I figured your mind was already made up. It didn't seem like it was worth it to drag this on any longer.
Whoa, wait a second. Is this about me asking you to do the housework? That shouldn't be enough to get divorced. We can work it out.
It's not just that. And I'm not sure we can.
Come on, Tori. Don't be this way. We can figure something out. Isn't there a way we can stop this so we can come up with a better solution?
There may be, but I'm not sure. Anyway, at this point, what's done is done. The court is processing the request as we speak. It'll all be finalized by tomorrow. It's probably too late now. You can try stopping it, but I'm not sure you can at this point.
Please, Tori, be reasonable. Just come home so we can talk this out. I'll come home from work early. Please just talk to me about this. My mom said some things she didn't really mean. I'm sure she'll apologize.
I don't think I'll bother. At this point, I don't really see a way you'll be able to convince me to get back together. In fact, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. Now I can spend my money how I feel like. And I don't have to worry about juggling my job and all the housework you refuse to do. I just don't think we'll ever quite come to an agreement that will make me happy. So it's just better if I remove myself from the situation entirely.
There's got to be something I can do. I'll do more housework if you come back, I promise. Please, just come home.
I'm good. I'm heading to see my parents for a while before I go searching for a new apartment. I've already bought the ticket and I'm already at the airport. It would be a waste not to take the flight. Anyway, bye, Connor. Hope you and your parents can get along on your own.
How have you been, Tori?
Oh, good, thank you.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has.
Have you been well?
You know what? I have. All thanks to you. I didn't think much of it at the time of the divorce, but what you did for me was the best thing to ever happen. I found more time to dedicate to work and even got on a promotion.
Oh, well, that's good to hear.
Is there something I can help you with, Martha?
Oh, well, it's just that. I wanted to apologize for everything with the divorce. We really do regret driving you away like that. I didn't really mean to be so cold towards you. And I was hoping we might be able to have a little talk about what happened.
Oh, is that so?
It might be a good idea for us to talk things out a bit now that we've all had a chance to cool down and reconsider. Things have been a little tough for the three of us since everything transpired. We were thinking, maybe you could come back and live with us again? That won't be an issue, will it?
No, I think it will be an issue. It feels like a waste of time since I have no plans on getting back together with your son.
Why not? Don't you think we can find a compromise?
At this point, we're well past compromise.
Aren't you being a little selfish?
You're the selfish one here. You just want me to come back to do all the housework for you.
Well, then how about this? Why don't you hire my husband as your assistant?
What are you even talking about? Where is this coming from?
He's here all day and all he does is sit around and watch sports. He's content to just collect his social security check and do nothing, but he's driving me crazy. He needs something to do all day that isn't pestering me. Without you here, there's no one else to talk to. Can't you just pay him a little bit to do some easy stuff for you? Say, $60,000.
Why would I ever do that? I don't need an assistant, especially one with no experience. And for that, I can find someone with actual time in the industry.
All you did was complain about how busy you were. He could help you, I'm sure. After all, how hard could your job be if you can do it at home?
Hard enough. I really don't have the time to be talking to you. Bye.
Wait, don't go. If he won't cut it, what about me? I can clean your house. Since you're so busy with your work, I might be able to help you with all the chores so you don't have to worry. I don't need much, just $50,000 or so a year. I'll even do all the cooking. I'll make you lunch and dinner every day.
I can take care of myself, thanks.
Then why not just help us out a little? You make so much. Can't you spare at least a little? It shouldn't be a problem with your salary. You have such a big, important job. Can't you share the love a bit?
I'm surprised. Your opinion about working from home definitely seems to have changed in the past few months. It's almost as if the moment I divorced your son, something happened to change your mind.
Nothing happened. I just understand the situation better. But if you're not willing to go for $50,000, I could probably manage with $40,000. After all, I am quite an experienced house cleaner. I was a homemaker for over 20 years. I promise you'll get your money's worth.
Maybe. Why don't we start from, let's say $0 a year and work our way up from there? After all, you said it yourself. Housework should be free. So you should be fine without pay, right? Maybe if I'm feeling generous, I might give you a bonus.
Well,
You know, I could really use a housekeeper. And what a bargain you'd be! Things really do get to be a bit of a mess around here. All right, I accept your offer at $0.
Wait, you aren't serious, are you?
Why wouldn't I be?
You're just as disrespectful as ever. I should have known. Why do I even bother with you?
I'm just following your rules. And you bragged about being a housewife working for free for your husband. Why does it matter who you do it for?
Why would I work for someone else for free?
That's a good question. Now that I think about it, it doesn't really make much sense. Housework is quite a difficult job after all. It does seem pretty unfair to have to do all of it yourself for no compensation. And it's such a waste to spend all that time on something you don't get paid for when you could be out there making a living. Time is money, as they say.
Well, if I were making the kind of money you make, I guess I might see it differently. If I had realized before, maybe I would have felt differently.
Do you think so? It seems to me that you probably wouldn't have really felt all that differently. But money does change things, I suppose.
I guess it does.
Well, if that's all you care about, I'm not sure I have much other reason to talk to you. I'm not getting back with your son. And I'm not going to hire you. So, why bother? Bye! After that last conversation, I blocked Martha and Connor once and for all. Ever since then, I've been living free and easy, unbothered by money-hungry people like them. Newly single and ready to mingle, I've been using my money to travel. Since I'm completely remote, I was even able to arrange a kind of workcation and travel around the world. I'm happier than ever, living a life I never imagined for myself while I was still tied down to Connor and his family. I even met a new man while I was traveling, and I'm thinking about trying marriage out again. Thinking back, getting divorced was the best decision I ever made, and one that truly turned my life around for the better. I have no regrets, though the same can't be said for Connor and his parents. I heard through the grapevine that Connor's parents have been having a bit of a marital spat. With no one left to do the housework and Martha's knee pain only getting worse, a fight broke out between the two. Her husband insisted she, as the woman in the house, do the cooking and cleaning, in spite of her condition. The fight eventually made its way to Connor, who selfishly took his father's side. He insisted he was too busy and too tired to help, and that Martha should do it all in spite of her age and injury. At her limit, Martha threatened to leave the family just like I did if she were forced to do all the work herself without any help. But, as Connor and his father pointed out, unlike me, she didn't have a penny to her name, nor any job from which she could support herself. She tried her best to break away, leaving the house and staying at a motel all alone. But after only a few days on her own, she came back to her ungrateful husband and bratty son, and has been scrubbing floors and washing dishes on her own ever since.
Catherine, you're coming over to our house for our New Year's party, aren't you?
Hello, Mrs. Shields. I'm actually not sure. I would have to talk to Raymond about it first. I would love to, though.
No worries. Raymond told me that you were coming. If it's possible, I would love for you to help me out in the kitchen like you did last year.
Huh? Raymond said that?
Yes, he said you'd definitely come. But of course you would. You're family after all. What's the matter? Is it that you don't want to come? You just said you'd love to. You're my son's beloved wife. You're always welcome here, you know.
No, that's not it at all.
You're telling me to do all the cooking and cleaning by myself? I could really use the help, you know, just like last year.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I see. You want Raymond to come alone so you can enjoy New Year's by yourself?
No,
I knew it. A girl like you with no proper education can't even think straight. If you have something to say, why don't you just say it? Just what are you trying to say exactly?
It's just that last year you kicked me out of the house, so I didn't think I would be welcome this year.
Oh, that's it? That's because you took so long with the cooking. Raymond doesn't need a wife who takes forever just to make some soup.
But you told me to take the ingredients out of the broth and start over, so obviously I wouldn't be able to do that right away.
A good wife is someone who would be able to handle a situation like that with no problems. It doesn't matter. You're coming, whether you like it or not. It doesn't sound like you've improved over this last year, so I will have to retrain you.
You don't need to do that.
We're family. We're supposed to spend New Year's together, aren't we? You don't have to worry. This year, the children won't be around, so it won't get that busy.
Well, the children aren't what I'm afraid of.
Last year, I know my husband was drunk, and Uncle Greg was coming onto you a bit strong. But this year will be a lot more relaxed. I promise. The alcohol shouldn't be as strong as it was last year. I think.
Are you sure?
Of course! I'm not trying to be mean to you or anything. I really care about you. I just want you to be the best wife Raymond can have. Plus, I know you don't really have anyone you can call family. I just want to teach you as much as I can.
Oh.
So please, come to the party, okay? I want us to enjoy a lovely New Year's together. Also, I want you to find a high-class restaurant and order 3 of their most popular specials.
3 of their most popular specials? That sounds quite expensive. Are you sure that's okay?
For goodness sake, can you stop complaining and just order them, okay? You sure talk back a lot. Doesn't Raymond ever yell at you for that? I believe that as a wife, you should sometimes just shut up and do as you're told.
I mean, we do get into fights sometimes, but that's not important. How should I pay for the restaurant orders? Do you want to Venmo me the money first?
You can pay for it first, and then I'll give you back the money in cash when I see you. So you'll get the food from the restaurant, plus I'll be expecting you to bring some dishes of your own. If you're my son's wife, that's the least I can expect of you, right? I'm sure you can at least cook something, right?
Understood. Hello, Dane. It's been a while. This is Catherine. How have you been?
Ah, Katie. It sure has been a while. I've been great. How have you been?
I've been all right. I hope your wife and your nephew have been doing well, too.
Oh, yes. He's been good, despite his recent breakup. He's been trying to focus on other things, so he's been studying. By the way, I've noticed you haven't been by the restaurant lately. I've been a bit worried. Is everything okay?
Yes, I'm okay. But the reason why I haven't been by is because if I went, you'd give everything to me for free. I'd feel so bad about not having to pay for bills worth hundreds of dollars, so I kind of stopped going.
What are you saying? You've been working as our front girl for years. Your enthusiasm has brought in countless customers. You're almost the entire reason why we've been so successful. I feel indebted to you, so the least I can do is allow you free food.
Oh, no, that's not true. I'm always very grateful for you allowing me to work there, and even providing me with meals. But I don't work there anymore, and it doesn't feel right getting things for free.
I see. But hey, don't worry about it. My wife and I were really happy that you were able to work with us, and we had a lot of fun. Our family wasn't blessed with any children, so we were happy to be able to take care of someone young like you. Same goes for Simon. We've recently been looking after him so his parents can get back on their feet.
Oh? I knew you were looking after him, but I didn't know the reason why. Are your sister and her husband all right? I hope nothing terrible happened.
They met with financial problems and ended up going bankrupt. I hired my brother-in-law as a chef here, so I could make sure they were set.
That's very kind of you. I'm sure they all appreciate it.
Besides, people always tell me I have a scary-looking face, so I wouldn't have been able to attract customers on my own.
Okay, so it's a win-win situation then. We don't owe each other anything. I also really don't need any special service. Anyways, I have a favor to ask of you, as a customer.
Oh, what's up?
I'd actually like to order some food from you, and I'd like 3 of the top specials.
3 specials would serve 9 people. Are you sure that's all right?
Yes, I'm actually going to a family get-together. I'd like it for New Year's Eve. Is that okay?
Of course. Leave it to me. I'll make sure it's top priority. I also don't have a problem giving it to you for free. You always pay for food from us when you don't have to. Just let us do this for you once.
No, it's okay. I will pay for the full amount. You have one of the top restaurants in this area. I really can't just accept things for free. Besides, my husband's parents will be paying for the food, so you really don't need to worry about any special service. Please.
I see. We really don't mind giving it to you for free, though. 3 top specials can get quite pricey.
It's fine, really. I still appreciate it, though.
Well, if you insist. Anyways, I remember you complaining about your mother-in-law a lot when you came to the restaurant sometime last year. Are you guys good now? If you're invited to their family get-together, I'd hope that things were getting better.
I wouldn't really say we were good. Last year, she kicked me out of their house because she said I cooked too slow.
What? In the middle of winter? That's terrible.
Yeah, it made me extremely sad, but I was able to call a taxi and go home. Because that happened, I'm kind of scared to go this year.
Isn't there anyone in your husband's family who would be there to defend you?
Not really. Everyone just labels me as the child who her parents abandoned. The whole family has something against me for some reason. One of my husband's cousins even came up to me and said to my face that I was useless for dropping out of college.
That's horrible. What does your husband think about that? What is he doing to support you?
Well, he's the type to put his family first. When it's just us 2 at home, he's perfectly fine. But when we get to his parents' house, he's like a different person.
That must be so tough for you. All right, here's an idea. I will personally deliver your order, and I'll stick around to see how things go.
Oh, no, you don't have to do that. I'll go and pick up the order around 5 or so on the 31st.
It's no trouble. I'm worried about you, Katie. I want to do anything I can to help. If anything happens, you let me know. I'll get over there as fast as I can, and I'll tell them off good. Do you want to think up a plan for the day of the party?
A plan?
Yes, a plan. I wouldn't want them to harass you anymore. I think we should prepare just in case anything bad happens. We can go over the details later. Let me know when I can call you.
Okay. Thank you. Hey, Patricia! Let me inside! I'm not wearing a jacket and it's freezing out here!
I don't care. You're so rude for a woman abandoned by her parents. How dare you talk back to me?
Well, because You said I wasn't allowed to eat any of the food that I cooked and ordered. Plus, you wouldn't even give me back the money for the bill. That's not fair.
How many times do I have to tell you? You're not a part of our family. You can't eat our food. You can have some cranberry sauce, though. You can eat as much of that as you want.
Fine. I'm going home. Like you said, I'm not family anyways.
You're going home just like that? Fine. See if I care. I hope you get frostbite on the way back. Catherine, what is the meaning of this? The delivery just came and they're asking for the money for the food.
I figured you would pay me back anyways, so I just told them to collect the payment on delivery. That will be $3,000. Thank you.
$3,000? That's way too much, even for a first-class restaurant. Are you out of your mind?
Really now? It's 9 servings of the top special dishes from one of the most expensive first-class restaurants in this area. Master Danes, you know? This is with a discount, too. But you're the one who wanted their top special dishes, aren't you?
That might be true, but that doesn't mean you had to order $3,000 worth of food. That's outrageous.
I'm quite sure I told you that it would come up to $3,000. I told you over the phone and once again in person. But you said it was okay because you wanted me to pay for it. You weren't planning on paying me back. But now that you're the one that has to pay for it, you're acting like this. That's actually quite pathetic.
Ugh.
From the start, you were planning on making me pay, so that's why you wanted an expensive restaurant. Isn't that right? You're very predictable. I could tell that's what you were thinking from the very beginning. I can read you like a book.
Wait just 1 second. I will pay for it, but I don't have $3,000 on me right now. And it's not like the banks are open right now. What am I supposed to do? Tell that scary-looking restaurant guy to leave. No matter what I tell him, he won't move.
Obviously, he wouldn't leave if he thinks he's about to lose out on his $3,000 payment. I don't think he'll be moving a single muscle until that money is in his hands. Patricia, please just pay the man.
I told you I can't pay for it. If I don't have it, I don't have it. Am I supposed to wait for it to drop into my lap? There's no way I can find that much money.
Well, does that mean you'd like to cancel it?
Obviously. There's no other choice. I can't pay for $3,000 worth of food.
Well, you'll still have to pay the cancellation fee.
What? What are you talking about now? There's a cancellation fee.
Of course. They've already used their time and resources to cook and prepare $3,000 worth of food. There would clearly be a cancellation fee if you were to cancel it. That's time and food going to waste, so they'd need compensation.
All right, fine. How much is the cancellation fee?
Well, they've already made $3,000 worth of food, so it will be about $3,000.
What on earth? We're just back to where we started. This has to be a scam. I'm going to the police right now. Got it. You're going to be arrested for fraud.
I don't know which part of this is a scam, but when the police come, I'll be glad to show them the time you threw boiling water at me in the kitchen, or when you hit me with a frying pan. Or how about when you put cooking oil on the floor so I slipped and fell, and then kicked me while I was on the floor. And I'll show them the time you called me a useless failure who her parents didn't want.
What do you mean, show them?
The man who is there right now helped me set up a small camera inside. He's been looking after me since I was really young. He's like a father to me, and he was extremely worried about me.
A camera? You mean you filmed everything? How could you?
Exactly. I'm glad we planned ahead and set them up. I really didn't think you'd go as far as to hit me. So, Patricia, go ahead and call the police. Or should I? It doesn't really matter to me, if we're being honest.
No, I'll hold off on the police.
I see. If that's the case, then please pay the food bill. There's nothing but grown people at that party. If you all put together, I'm sure you can come up with $3,000. Surely someone has a credit card at least.
Okay, fine. I'll ask everyone to put together their money and I'll pay the bill. That's what you want, right? If I do that, you have to tell this thug at my door to go home. And you have to delete that footage.
Okay, I just got confirmation from him that payment has been completed. I am most definitely not deleting the footage, by the way. Now I'll be having some of that food, so please give me some. I'll be back to get it soon.
What?
I'm really hungry. I can have some, right? If not, I can just forward these videos out to a few people. By the way, I also have footage of the entire family ignoring me and cursing at me. So if you don't, it won't just be you getting exposed. Keep that in mind.
I cannot believe you would set up cameras in my home. That doesn't sound legal. It's an invasion of privacy.
People wouldn't believe me if I told them how you all were abusing me if I didn't have hard evidence. So I'm sorry your privacy was invaded, but my life is more important.
You're so filthy. I don't know what Raymond saw in you. You are an awful woman.
I'd say you're the filthy one for doing such terrible things that you don't even want anyone else to see. I asked Mr. Dane for advice, and he made sure I was set with a lawyer. If you step so much as an inch out of line again, I will be releasing this footage. Ugh! Also, I've been told to keep quiet about this, but 3 months ago, Raymond's job had to be downsized and he was laid off, so he's out of a job.
What? That's not true. He just told me how great his job was going. He just told me about his promotion and raise. You were there. Are you lying to me?
Nope, I'm not lying. For the past 3 months, he has been sitting in front of the TV playing video games while I work my behind off. He's been living off of my paycheck. He's not even trying to find a new job. He claims he's been applying to places, but I haven't seen him go out for a single interview. I don't need a freeloader like that in my life, so I'm leaving him with you. I hope you and your whole family can be there for him to make him feel better.
Raymond lost his job. I don't believe it. He's been lying to me on top of being unemployed for 3 months.
Please tell him to leave me alone and never come back. He spent 2 years in a row pretending not to see how badly I was being treated by you people. That's when I realized I don't love him anymore. He's been trying to cover up the fact that he doesn't have a job anymore. So if you threaten to tell anyone, I'm sure he'll listen to anything you say. People with gigantic egos are so easy to manipulate.
Ugh.
The mother-in-law who endlessly bullies her son's wife and criticizes her cooking even though she can't cook herself. And the husband who tries to show off in front of his family how dominant he is over his wife despite not having a job. Being around this family was like being in hell. I'm so glad I'm leaving you all.
What the heck is your problem? Your parents abandoned you and you don't even have a family to begin with.
Yes, you're right. I've always longed for a family of my own. But I'd rather die than be in a family like yours. Thanks to Mr. Dane, I had that family in the palm of my hand. I put that footage from the small camera we set up to good use. I was able to get both Patricia and Raymond to give me compensation for damages. And as soon as we were able to confirm both payments, I uploaded the footage to the internet. It was shared by countless women who also had problems with their mothers-in-law, and it went viral. I received so many messages telling me how disgusting that family is, and how they're sorry I had to endure that for 2 entire years. Sometimes I think I perhaps went too far, but they hit me and kicked me. They verbally abused me and threw me out on the street in the middle of winter. Even if I did break their promise and released the footage, they can't really do anything to me. By the way, as for the food I ordered for that family, Mr. Dane, his wife, his nephew, and I enjoyed it together. Mr. Dane also cooked some of his own meals, and so did his wife. I was also able to get to know Simon a little bit better. He's 3 years older than I am, but he pulled me aside and asked me out on a date. I am quite excited to see where this could go. If all goes well, Mr. Dane and I might actually officially become family. Just thinking about that makes me happy. This was the happiest New Year's I've ever had. I have a feeling that this year will be one of my best. Out with the old and in with the new, as they say.
Are you Iris, Mark's new wife?
Yes? Who is this?
Oh, good. I remembered the number correctly. I'm Mark's ex-wife, Ella.
What? Ella?
Why in the world are you messaging me? I just wanted to say hello. You knew that this is his second marriage, right?
Yes, of course I know that. It would be strange if I married someone without knowing that about them. What I'm trying to understand right now is why you're contacting me. We haven't even met before, so I just think it's strange that you are messaging me. Now that I think about it, I guess it is a little strange. I recently borrowed Mark's phone and took a peek at his contacts. That's when I found your number. What? That doesn't make any sense. When have you and Mark recently met up? If he went to meet up with you, I'm sure he would have told me about it first. It was actually 6 months ago at our high school reunion. And maybe he just didn't want you to know. At the party, we talked a lot and decided to exchange phone numbers. That's when I happened to take a quick peek at his contacts. I was only curious to see who he's been meeting up with these days. Now that I think about it, he did tell me about there being a high school reunion. So, is that all you had to say? Why are you messaging me? Huh? I still don't get why you went out of your way just to get my phone number and contact me. There is no reason for us to be talking. I don't like the idea of my husband's ex-wife messaging me. It's really strange. Why are you being so harsh? I don't like your attitude. I heard the reason why you two got divorced. I have every right to set my own boundaries and refuse to communicate with you. Also, why should I be friendly with you? I think my behavior is reasonable. Well, whatever. That's fine. I just wanted to message you, say hi, and deliver some good news. Well, good news for me. I just feel really bad for you at this point, so I had no choice but to message you. What news? I have no idea what you're talking about. I also don't care about you or your history with Mark. Just stop messaging me. Jeez, I was only trying to give you a bit of a shock and have some fun. Guess I failed. I'll just get to the point then. Let me put it in simple words for you. I plan on getting back together with Mark because I'm pregnant with his baby. What? Excuse me? Oh, what's that? I thought I explained it in an easy enough way for you to understand. It is what it is. I'm pregnant with your husband's baby. No, I understand what you are saying. It's the fact that what you're telling me is impossible. There is no way this happened. It's not impossible at all. I'm 6 months pregnant. It happened the night of the reunion. Can you confirm that it was really Mark who got you pregnant? That makes no sense to me. Give me a DNA test result, then I'll believe you. I was hoping for a more dramatic response than that. You are so boring. I don't need to confirm anything, though. I know what happened between him and me that night. He took me to a hotel near the party. We drank wine and kept talking, and one thing led to another. Mark just couldn't stop himself. He got me pregnant. There is no mistake here. It's the truth. Mark and I are still in love, and he's lying to you. Aren't you upset? I almost forgot. What? Sorry, I just noticed I have to go to the store soon. They're having a special sale today, and I can't miss out on it. The vegetables are super cheap, and I need to buy some stuff for tonight's dinner. What the hell? What is with that response? Mark is well off and makes a lot of money. Why are you worried about a sale at a time like this anyway? Aren't you concerned that your husband is cheating on you with his ex-wife and got me pregnant? Were you ignoring me the whole time or something? I hate your attitude. This is serious, you know. Ugh. Think about it. Your husband slept with his ex-wife and carelessly got her pregnant. How can you be thinking about dinner right now? Answer me. We need to talk more about this. The baby will need its father. Hey, babe. Your ex-wife Ella won't stop messaging me. She even tried calling me a couple of times. What? Ella? That can't be. Are you sure it's Ella? Yeah, it is her. I wasn't exactly nice to her. She treated you like crap and cheated on you with 3 different men at the same time. Even when you called her out on it, she divorced you. I can't stand the way she treated you. It makes me so mad. Why is she messaging you?
Did you guys recently meet up?
No, I wouldn't meet up with someone like her.
Then how did she get your number?
She told me she got my number from your phone. She said that you guys met up at your high school reunion 6 months ago. She gave a whole story about it.
The high school reunion? But I didn't go to that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm trying to figure out what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah, that's really bizarre. I think the only other person who has your phone number is my brother. I really didn't meet up with her at all that day. It's impossible. When I get home later, can you show me all the messages from her? Then maybe we can figure out what's going on together. Is that okay? I should be home soon.
Yeah, sounds good. I think it would be best if you read all this in person rather than having me tell you all about it through text. She's been saying some crazy things. I'll see you soon. Please drive safe.
I finally understand. I know why you gave me that horrible attitude yesterday. You were just trying really hard to hide your jealousy from me. You were so shocked that you needed an excuse to distract yourself from the ugly truth. That's expected, though. After all, I'm pregnant with your husband's baby, and we slept together at the reunion. That's anyone's worst nightmare. Our baby is going to be perfect. I even did some shopping earlier. I'm just so excited. If I were you, I'd be jealous too, so it's okay. I'll invite you to the baby shower. Oh yeah! To make things worse, you two are actually married and don't have a baby yet. Guess I beat you to it. That's kind of embarrassing, don't you think?
You really are crazy. The way you keep talking about this is disturbing. This isn't a game. Also, weren't you the one who divorced Mark? I thought your body count meant more to you than him.
You are in no position to talk to me right now. But yes, that's true. I'm the one who wanted the divorce. That was years ago, though. Things are different now. The past doesn't matter. I'm going to have to keep telling you this over and over again, aren't I? I'm having his baby. I want Mark and me to get remarried so that we can raise our baby together. I'm sorry, but what I'm about to say might sound harsh, but it's the truth. Mark and I have known each other for a very long time. We were married for 5 years before we got a divorce. Your time together has been so short that he's still basically a stranger to you. Mark and I have a history, and now we have a future together. So, hand him over and get out of my way.
You are so delusional. Do you really think you're pregnant with Mark's child? It's just so stupid.
There you go again with those dumb responses. I don't think it. I know it. Don't you understand that you are nothing but an outsider when it comes to Mark and me? Can you at least try to understand that you are in the way of our perfect future together?
There is nothing for me to understand. You and this whole situation that you are trying to get me to believe is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You are too old to be playing games with people's lives.
What did you just say? I'm being serious. You are so annoying. Just hurry up and divorce Mark.
Oh!
What?
The store is having another sale on vegetables today. I have to get going.
Seriously? What is wrong with you? Hey, babe. I finally figured some things out.
That's good.
It is almost exactly like you said. I've been following that guy Ella cheated on me with, and she's still with him. They are living together, too. Their social media is flooded with the two of them together.
I knew it. Once a cheater, always a cheater. She really is crazy. Did you hear back from your brother?
Yes, I did. It was him that night. Babe, I'm so sorry for all the trouble my past is putting you through. You know that I love you and want absolutely nothing to do with Ella, right?
I love you too. You don't need to apologize for any of this. And at least we know what happened now.
But this is all my fault. She's my ex-wife, and I know that she is crazy. I thought things were over, but I didn't think she would come after you like this. You shouldn't even have to be involved in this. That's why I'm sorry.
Stop apologizing. It's really okay. We know she's lying, and I know you would never cheat on me.
Plus, I've been messing with her a little too. Let's just go ahead and put an end to this now.
Yeah, she's going to freak out once you tell her everything. Let's do it.
Hey, Iris. Gosh, my belly is getting bigger and bigger every day. Have you still not gotten divorced? Hurry up and give him back to me. He's mine. No. Why would I? Why wouldn't you? Don't you want his baby to have a father? Well, we don't have a good reason to get divorced. I wouldn't divorce my husband just because his ex-wife told me to. How many times do I have to tell you? I have his baby inside of me and he cheated on you. That's your reason. Wake up already. Oh, because you both spent the night at a hotel together and he got you pregnant after the high school reunion? Are you sure that was Mark? Yeah. Are you really that slow? How would I mistake Mark for someone else? I just thought you should know something. Mark was in the hospital on the day of your reunion. What? No, he wasn't. I was with him. He was. There is no way he could have been there. 2 days before, he got into a car accident and he fractured his left foot. He was also covered in bruises. He was really upset about missing his reunion because he wanted to meet up with some old friends of his. I never heard the end of his complaints. Not to mention, I was with him at the hospital that night too. That's why I'm asking if you were really with Mark. I think you might have hooked up with someone else. Oh, really? That is such a stupid lie. Do you expect me to believe that? I was clearly with him the night of the party. I'm obviously pregnant, and I'm not making any of this up. If you are not making this up, then you slept with his older brother, Zach. Who's Zach? I didn't know Mark had a brother. Well, he does, and they look a lot alike. He was the one who went to the reunion. They don't get along and haven't seen each other for a very long time. What are you saying? I'm saying the person you were with at the reunion party was his older brother. To think that you claim to know Mark so well and have a history with him. You couldn't even tell him apart from his brother. Zach has always had a horrible personality, and that's why they don't get along. He impersonated Mark and took advantage of you to mess with Mark. When Zach heard that Mark was getting married, he got jealous and harassed Mark. Mark kept it a secret from you because he didn't want you to be involved in his family drama. We also know you cheated on your current boyfriend with him too. No way. This can't be true. How do you even know all this? There's no way I mistook Zach for Mark. Was it really his older brother? Yes, it was. I guess you already have forgotten what Mark looked like. It has been a few years. Just what is happening right now? Why the hell would his older brother be at our high school reunion? This doesn't make any sense. I don't know, but you can bet he didn't have a good reason for being there. Anyway, I'm glad that Mark didn't go. Maybe the accident happened for a reason. His brother is a scary person. Were you talking to Mark's brother? Not me, but Mark messaged him. Turns out that Zach somehow had my number too. Ugh, so creepy. Anyway, he confessed to everything and made fun of Mark in the process. I guess he thinks he made Mark jealous or something by hooking up with you, but Mark doesn't actually care. We blocked him immediately after we got the answers we wanted. In the end, if you're pregnant like you claim to be, then it's Zach's baby, not Mark's. As I said, it was impossible for Mark to be there. I was with him in the hospital. You were also cheating on your current boyfriend. We saw your social media. Even if you have claimed to have slept with Mark, you clearly didn't love him that much. I do love him. There's no way this is happening right now. Just stop already. This situation no longer has anything to do with Mark and me. You should probably start sorting out your own problems. You need to message Zach and tell him you're pregnant. You also need to figure out what to do with your current boyfriend. Does he think the baby is his? Stay out of my personal life. My current boyfriend has nothing to do with this. This all has to be a joke. Unfortunately for you, I'm not joking. Your boyfriend is also a part of this since you cheated on him. That's none of your business. Wait, were you messing with me this whole time? You really knew it wasn't Mark this entire time? Well, I thought I made it clear that it was impossible for it to be him. We only just figured out it was his older brother there that night, but I had a feeling it was him. Also, since you were being so rude, I did mess with you a little. You were the one who ignored me saying that it wasn't him in the first place. So, you're for real? I'm actually 6 months pregnant with his older brother's baby? Yeah, I don't know what else to say to you. No, but I love Mark, not Zach. Oh, I have an idea. Since I'm having a baby with his older brother, that means I can slowly get closer to Mark. This is my chance to wiggle my way back into his life. While I'm with Zach, I can flirt with Mark and slowly get him to fall in love with me again. This is actually perfect. I can also try and make him jealous. No, you won't be able to do that. You see, Mark's family is not close at all. There is no way Zach or Mark would agree to be around each other. Zach also lives far away in another state. If you were to marry Zach and have his baby, then you would be living across the country from Mark. We also have Zach blocked on everything, and he doesn't even know where we live right now. What? Really? I can't believe you've been married to Mark for 5 years, claim to have all this history with him, and know nothing about his family situation. He always told me you never listened to him and only cared about his money. He said that? That is so not true. He just never talked about his family. I may have cheated and done all that, but I did love him. There is no getting close to Mark through Zach. Just stop with this nonsense already. You are seriously crazy. If you really loved Mark, you wouldn't have cheated on him. But Mark also doesn't love you at all. He has been worried sick about me having to deal with you. In fact, he despises you. You cheated on him with 3 different guys at the same time, then divorced him. You are such a joke to even pretend like you actually care about him. You never listened to him when he talked to you, and you barely spent any time at home. I think it's funny how you never cared about him while you were married, but now all of a sudden you are obsessed with him and claim to love him. Not to mention, you already have a boyfriend and cheated on him. Now you're having another guy's baby. You are really something. Just shut up. I don't need you to lecture me. I also need to tell you something about Zach. He is in no condition to raise a child. Not only is he thousands of dollars in debt, but he also has some serious anger issues. Wait, what? In debt? I don't want to be with a man who doesn't have money. I shouldn't have to work. This can't be real. So, you do care about money. There is something seriously wrong with you. Maybe you and Zach would actually make a good couple. You're both horrible. Whatever. How am I going to raise a child under these conditions? What do I even do? I don't know what the hell is going on anymore. I don't want to live a life like this. How did things end up this way? Maybe you shouldn't cheat and mess with other people's relationships. That would be a good start. If you don't learn from this, then I don't know what will happen to you. Anyway, you need to stop contacting me. Mark and I want nothing to do with you. No, I love Mark and I'll do anything to make him mine again. Your behavior is what got you into this mess. We are both blocking you now. Don't ever mess with me again. No, wait. No, please, I actually need your help. Please, answer me. Mark and Iris immediately blocked Ella. It was all finally over. Or so they thought. Ella ended up stalking them on social media and created multiple accounts. She also found out where they lived. Eventually, they had enough evidence to get a restraining order against her. Ella finally stopped bothering them and decided to focus on what to do with her baby. She decided to forget about Zach and kept lying to her current boyfriend. He never found out about the night of the reunion. There was no way Ella would let herself marry Zach, who was in debt and in no condition to be a father. Ella would live her days being tortured by the fact she is lying to both her boyfriend and her child about who the real father is. She will forever live with that sense of guilt. On the other hand, Mark and Iris are doing really well. They ended up having a baby of their own, and the incident with Ella became a thing of the past. They are enjoying their life together as a family. Sorry, Tammy. There's no way I can pay for damages. I'm only a housewife. I never have any money. I don't have any savings, and I don't even work part-time. And my husband is away overseas on business. I can't ask him anyway. Yeah, but you crashed into my house. You should be showing more remorse. I mean, you totally destroyed a brand new house. It's a miracle no one was killed. Ah, come on. That's an exaggeration. It's not like you can't live in it anymore. What are you talking about? There's an enormous hole in the living room wall. Who the hell is going to live in a house like that? Can't you just live upstairs? When I was in high school, my friend's house caught on fire. They couldn't afford to fix it, so they just boarded up the hallway and lived in the non-burnt part. Problem solved. What? I'm not going to just live upstairs. It's not safe for one thing. And what are we supposed to do in winter? Okay. I've got a solution. I'll take the house off your hands. I'm good at the old DIY. I'll do all the repairs myself. I bet you I'll do a better job of it than the building company you used. They never give it a loving touch. You'll see. It'll be better than before in no time. So where are we supposed to live? There are plenty of rooms to rent down by the docks. They used to house the families of the dock workers before the shipping companies all unionized, then collapsed when they couldn't afford the demands of the workers. There are some great deals down there. You'll find somewhere. And it's your place we are talking about. You figure it out. You were the one who caused all this when you drove your damn car through my living room. You saying that doesn't change the fact that I can't pay for the repairs and you don't want to put a little effort in and live upstairs. My company went bankrupt last year and I've been a penniless housewife ever since. I couldn't pay for anything even if I wanted to. And it's your fault for not having insurance. What were you thinking? Someone could lose control of their vehicle and slam straight into your house. Without insurance, you'd be screwed. That's exactly what happened. Exactly, right? What were you thinking not having insurance? I think you've learned a valuable lesson here. No. If you'd had third-party insurance, we wouldn't be in this mess. Don't you go trying to blame me for this. Next, you'll be saying it's my fault for building a house right where you lost control. Good point, that. You have to pay for the damages. It's only fair. $200K. You think I have that kind of money lying around? You must be joking. That nice policeman told you as much, right? You can't force someone out of bankruptcy. As I told you, I'm a housewife. There's no way I can pay $200,000. I feel sorry for you, but you're just going to have to give up. You've had bad luck. It sometimes happens. Can't you get your husband to lend you the money? Or your parents? You can't just leave us with a gaping hole in the front of our house. The cold and the safety issues go without saying, but it also looks horrendous. Surely you can find a way to make this right. Well, my husband does have money, but he's the stingiest person in the world. He steals toilet paper from the bus station. He's a total tightwad. And things are tight back at my parents' house. My father was forced to take early retirement at 55 and just drank away most of the payout he got. I can't ask them for help. They'll disown me. Can you not make this about you? You wrecked my house and need to make it right. Don't go giving me a sob story about your family. It really doesn't concern me. I just need to fix my house. I told you I don't have any money, and yet you are still harassing me and telling me to find a way. That sounds like a threat to me. How is that a threat? Find a way to suddenly give you $200,000? You sound like the mafia. Am I going to wake up with a horse head in my bed? A concrete ball gown, perhaps? A concrete ball gown? Look, Nicola, I didn't crash my car into your house because I wanted to, you know? It wasn't part of a master plan. Step 1, take out front wall. Step 2, not pay for it. Your kid suddenly ran out into the road and I swerved to miss him. That's why I crashed into your house. Count yourself lucky. Would you rather have a smashed front room or a smashed dead kid? Why haven't you said anything about this until now? Were you just waiting to see how far your other excuses would stretch? If I did that, then your boy would be made out to be the villain. I wanted to save him all that. He had a bad enough experience by nearly being hit by that car. Your car. Yes, my car. Poor boy was scared out of his wits. I kept quiet about it, but you started threatening me and left me no choice. What a load of rubbish. See? With that kind of denial and refusal to hear the truth, I didn't stand a chance. I'm automatically guilty, is that it? Do you have any proof that what I'm saying isn't what happened? Security camera footage, maybe?
No, we don't, and I haven't asked the neighbors.
Well, you just moved in. You wouldn't have had time to set up the cameras yet. So without a shred of evidence to disprove my account of events, you make demands of huge amounts of compensation money? That's a bit presumptuous, don't you think? Rude, even. What kind of woman are you? Look, I feel bad about smashing into your house. Who wouldn't? But like I already told you, I'm going to declare personal bankruptcy. I don't have a penny to my name. Are you getting off on this? Having a little power trip? Does it make you feel big demanding huge amounts of money from someone you know doesn't have a cent to her name? No amount of verbal diarrhea is going to get you out of this. I'll get my money one way or the other. Did you have to say that? Come on, I'm under enough stress as it is. I don't have a car. Can you imagine how inconvenient that is? Unbelievable.
Hi, I'm just following up on what I've overheard. Did my wife crash her car into your house?
Yes, she did. And she also said she declared personal bankruptcy recently and there was no way she could pay for the repairs. I've just had that exact conversation with her. She claims that she has no money and that asking you or her parents for even a loan is out of the question. So, we have a massive hall where the living room wall used to be and no means of repairing it before winter comes.
I'm so sorry for what happened.
I'm relieved to see you are taking this seriously. I was expecting the same brush-off I got from your wife. Perhaps we can solve this problem with level-headedness.
If this is all true, then I have no sympathy for my wife.
It certainly is true. She drove her car right into our house. You can come and have a look if you need confirmation. Shall I send you some photos? She's claiming that my son ran out into the road suddenly and she was swerving to avoid him. But I don't believe her story for a second.
Why do you doubt her story?
Because when she crashed into our house, I called the police, of course. Nobody was hurt, thank God, so they interviewed her and us. There was never any mention of my child in her statement. Surely then was the time to say it? She only mentioned it much later when I started trying to get some money out of her. I think she panicked and thought of it to try and absolve herself of blame.
I see. Well, yeah. If she only thought to mention it after giving her statement to the police, then it does lack credibility. Well, don't you worry. I'll make sure you get the $200,000.
I have to warn you, that's only a rough estimate. The actual cost could be a lot more.
Right. When you have an official quote, please send it to me. I'll pay it in full. But the matter of your child needs to be looked into. If there is a chance that what my wife is saying is the truth, then we need to take that into consideration too.
Oh, yes, I'll guess you'll want to make sure of the actual events. Of course.
I still can't believe she'd do such a thing. It hasn't sunk in yet. She's pretty volatile at the best of times, but I owe it to her to see if she's actually telling the truth. She is my wife, after all.
I understand. I'll get back to you when I've spoken to the police again.
Right. Thank you. I'm heading home. I should be back stateside the day after tomorrow if I can get a flight at such short notice. Let's continue this then.
Can you just leave work like that?
This takes priority.
Yes, of course. I really appreciate it. Have a safe flight.
Hey, how long were you planning on ringing my doorbell? If you ring and no one comes to the door, that should tell you no one is home. It's common sense. Anyway, I've disconnected it. I know you're in there, so just open the door already. You'll regret not talking to me. There you go, threatening me again. Who's out there with you? Some of your Sicilian friends? I'll regret opening the door. I've already told you I'm insolvent. I can't even pay for my car to be fixed.
I forbid you to declare bankruptcy.
What's this sudden change of attitude? Who's this?
This is your husband, Joe.
What? Where are you? I thought you weren't coming back for another few months.
I heard about what happened and dropped everything. You've really gone and done it this time. What the hell were you thinking? Did you think you'd get away with it?
Hang on a second. That's not what happened at all. I've explained everything that happened to Tammy and she started threatening me.
What are you talking about? You drove your car into her house. She's trying to discuss the matter with you, and you're trying to wriggle out of paying for the damages you caused by claiming bankruptcy.
Like I told Tammy, I'm not the only one to blame here. Her son came out of nowhere. I had no choice but to take evasive action. If I hadn't done that, we'd be having a much more serious conversation.
I've heard all about that too. It seems you only remembered this as an afterthought. Why on earth would you not tell it to the police?
I told Tammy this. If I had just told the truth, her son would have appeared to be the cause of it all. I imagine the poor little guy shouldering the blame of having caused a car to destroy his house. I thought about the burden of shame he would have felt the rest of his life. I was looking out for him. I was thinking of his future.
How many more lies are you going to keep adding to your story? It would be best if you just came clean and faced up to what you've done.
No way. I'm not paying a nickel. I'm not the one who caused this. I did nothing wrong. If you still demand that I pay, I will declare bankruptcy. $200K is a huge amount of cash. I can't possibly pay it. I'm a victim. Her son is the real cause of this. All I did was try and save his life, and this is the thanks I get? Thank you, Brittany, for saving my son's life. Now give me all your money. Now my own husband has taken the other side. I'm betrayed. Oh, how terrible it is to be cast aside by the one you love most.
There is security camera footage from the house across the road, however.
Oh, and?
There doesn't seem to be any sign of the child you said you swerved to miss hitting. It would appear that you swerved for some unknown reason and accelerated into Tammy's house. That is what the video footage shows. Would you care to explain that? How about telling the truth this time?
There is video footage then.
Yup. From the house across the street. They had recently installed the latest kind, so it is shown clearly. Tammy received a copy yesterday. The police, of course, also have a copy. I've seen it too. I watched it over and over, trying to see if I could detect even the smallest hint of a child in the picture. However you try and frame it, you are 100% to blame.
And the driver is shown clearly?
Yes, it is you without a doubt. You might have gotten lucky with one of those old grainy black and white cameras people used to use, but this was broad daylight and the video is 4K quality. I could even see the top of your snake tattoo that comes up the side of your neck. And the final nail in the coffin. You are taking a swig from a can of beer. There's no way out of this. It's a DUI at the least. Probably willful damage, too. Not a lawyer in the country would touch it. Not even Johnny Cochran would take the case. By trying to hide it and blame it on a child, you've made it exponentially worse. Did you think you'd get lucky and be able to blame Tammy's son and get away with not paying anything?
Wait, maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Maybe I just thought I saw a kid come flying out in front of me. But it's nowhere near a DUI. I was thirsty. All there was in the fridge was a beer, so I took it. A single beer. I spoke to the police right after it happened, and they didn't breath test me. What does that tell you?
So what are you trying to say? You know there are laws in this state forbidding open alcoholic drinks in vehicles. You were drunk and drove into someone's house, somehow getting lucky that no one was in the living room. You are caught on camera drinking a beer and you would still try to get out of paying reparations. I'm astounded. I mean, I knew you were a little crazy, but I always found that unpredictable part of you fun. But you seem to be able to add lie upon lie without the slightest feeling of guilt.
I'm sorry. I was lonely with you being away.
Lonely? So who was the man in the passenger seat? Yes, Brittany. I saw him in the video.
Oh, that is in there too, huh? I guess I should come clean then. You think? This should have all been told to the police when they first arrived on the scene. You've tried to cover it up with all your lies. I was overseas, away from my family, trying to satisfy my boss in order to get a promotion, and all the while you were off drinking and driving into people's houses and having an affair. Wait! I repent! I've seen the error of my ways. I'll never do it again. I throw myself on your mercy. Forgive me. I was only on my own. You'd have done the same thing. I'm not a monster. I won't divorce you right away. For a start, you are now indebted to me to the tune of $200,000 to be paid as soon as your first paycheck arrives. First paycheck? You know I don't have a job. The first day of the rest of your life starts today. Get to work. First, you'll need a job, but I have taken care of it. And until it is all paid back in full, I'll be watching your every move. And I've enlisted the help of your father, too. My father? What did you go and do that for? He'll disown me! This is the end! He's been very helpful. He's going to introduce you to a friend of his who owns a factory. You can start there on Monday. See, I've taken care of it. I've done my best to clean up this mess you've gotten yourself into. A factory? What do I know about working in a factory? I've been a housewife for the last 10 years and suddenly you want me to work in a factory? What is it, a clothing factory? I don't know how to make clothes. No, nothing as glamorous as that. It's a sardine cannery. Oh, God. And you are not to quit until the loan is paid in full. That's a lot of sardine cans. But who knows? You might make line or even shift manager. You'd get a small promotion. Cheer up. It's not like it's a terrible place to work with a bad safety record and lots of mysterious injuries. And you'll be paid for your work. It could have been so much worse, making car license plates in prison. And best of all, there is a workers' dormitory you can live in. You'll be able to cut back on living costs. Hang on. I can't do physical labor. I haven't even walked further than the mall for more than 10 years. Please, Joe. I'll get a part-time job and pay you back little by little.
This is Tammy again. It would appear that Joe has nothing further he wishes to say to you.
What? Just listen to me. Why won't anyone hear me out?
Okay, let's do it inside the house, shall we? I have an agreement for you to sign. If you refuse, I'll have no other choice than to call the police.
Okay, I got it. I'll open the door. Hey, Tammy. Could you have a go at trying to make Joe see sense?
You what?
There's absolutely no way I can work in a factory or live in a dormitory until I've paid back $200,000. It sounds like a prison sentence. I won't be able to see my kids. He's taken this all too far.
Too far? So you think you'd be better off in an orange jumpsuit in prison? Shall I call the police and see what they make of the new evidence that has come to light? I can easily win in court and probably get a lot more than $200K. I have all the evidence I need. The judge wouldn't take long to make a decision, I bet.
No,
You aren't in any position to make demands. Don't worry. You should be able to pay off the debt in about 15 years. Give or take a year or two. And maybe time off for good behavior.
What?
Just kidding. But I hope you enjoyed the fish factory. You will probably have all the sardines you can eat. Very healthy sardines.
15 years of canning fish. I feel sick.
Hey, you never know. You will probably be able to put your other skills to work in the factory too. You know, when the machines break or the dormitory needs a bookshelf. You did say you were good at DIY, right? After that, Joe took Brittany back to her hometown and got her settled into the factory workers' dormitory at the sardine factory. Brittany's father went along too to introduce her to the owner. Apparently, it's back-breaking work, loading the boxes of cans in the trucks. Working conditions are cramped, and the other workers are all from different countries, so it's difficult to communicate. The pay isn't bad once you are used to it and can work quickly. But for someone like Brittany, who has never done a day of physical labor in her life, it is particularly grueling. I think she'll get used to it, even if it takes a few more months. She has, however, finally taken responsibility for what she did. She is focused now on paying back the money as quickly as she can. And the best outcome of all? Joe gave us the money we needed, and our house now has its living room wall again. And just in case, I've insured the house against further incidents like this. I've also invested in a tough fence, capable of at least slowing down any out-of-control car. It was a horrible experience, dealing with such a selfish liar, but I've learned a lot from it. And everything is pretty much back to normal. For me and my family, I mean, not Brittany. But she has all the time in the world to think about it. Well, 15 years, give or take. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment. Bye!